Everyone makes mistakes. But learning from your mistakes and continuing on your path with this lesson is a great benefit to the person. There are people who succeed. I'm here today with a real experience. My friend Joe. He was also a Stoic. I can't tell you how much better his life turned out, how peaceful he became, so he'll tell you himself.
Hello, I'm Joe. I'm an ordinary person. I'm good at my job, I have a good circle of friends, I go to the gym sometimes. But last year I made a decision that supposedly changed my life completely. One day I was surfing the internet and I saw a video about Stoicism. The title was quite impressive. Control your emotions. Take control of your life. I said to myself, that's it. I will organize my life, suppress my emotions, and become an extremely strong person. Now I will tell you what I went through and how I had the most amazing year of my life. But a little spoiler, trying to be a Stoic is not as impressive as it sounds. Suppress your emotions, smile no matter what. The first rule of the Stoics is control your emotions. Anger, sadness, happiness, suppress them all. I decided to strictly adhere to this rule. My first test was at work. This was my first step into slavery. My boss asked me to completely scrap a project I had been working on for a long time and work on something new. Normally, in this situation, I would feel something inside, I would complain a little bit. But what did Stoic Joe do? Nothing. I just nodded silently, with a dull expression on my face, and went back to my desk. That day, I felt like a statue, but this statue was neither a heroic figure nor an aesthetic work of art. I was just an irrelevant stone thrown on a parking lot corner. Anger boiled inside me, but I suppressed it to follow the Stoic rules. When I got home that day, as soon as I opened the door, I threw myself on the couch and stared at the ceiling for an hour. Suppressing anger only makes it build up more. And the more you suppress, the bigger you explode. Don't show happiness, or you will look weak. As long as I did that, even if all my problems didn't go away, at least I felt at peace. Until I thought I could be even more peaceful by becoming a Stoic. Stoics also say that happiness should not be shown too much, because for them, excessive joy is a symptom of an uncontrolled emotion. So, how did I try not to be happy? Here's the tragic comedy. At a friend's birthday party, while everyone was laughing and having fun, I was sitting quietly in the corner. As Joe the Stoic, I was looking seriously and thoughtfully at the glass of soda in my hand. A friend came up to me and asked, "Joe, did something happen? You don't seem in a good mood." And I said, "No, everything is fine. I'm just trying to control my emotions." That's when I missed the most fun moment of the party. When my friend cut the cake, she accidentally put a lighter instead of candles and everyone burst out laughing. Me? I was trying hard not to laugh. I had that frozen look on my face again. Yes, it's not very funny. But the laughter, there was the happiness of being together. I was not a part of that moment. Hiding happiness means hiding all the joy you get from life. Not laughing and having fun like a human being takes the fun out of life. The art of non-reaction, or accepting what happens to me and sitting down. Another favorite rule of the Stoics is, you can't control what happens, so accept it. This rule has made me more and more screwed up with every ridiculous thing that has happened to me. One day I was walking in the neighborhood and a kid rode his bike over me and spilled Coke on my shoe. The kid ran away and I stayed where I was for a while. Normally I would have gotten angry, maybe said something behind the kid's back, but Stoic Joe got a hold of himself. I said to myself, I can't control it, it's fate. I came home with my shoes all sticky. I looked in the mirror and I said to myself, really? Is this life? No. Before I became Stoic Joe, I would never have accepted such a situation. Walking the streets in those shoes? Oh my God. Accepting everything makes you a passive bystander. Sometimes you need to intervene in your life. Being stoic in relationships or unilateral relationship destruction. I decided to bring my Stoic stance to my relationships. I had an important issue to discuss with my partner, and according to the Stoic rules, I didn't react at all. I just answered his questions with and kept a straight face. He became more attached to me. It was like I was a king and she was a queen. Don't be ridiculous, guys. There is no end to this. My partner was stunned by this. Joe, what's going on? Why are you acting like this? I said, reacting is an unnecessary waste of energy. Within an hour, our fight turned into a battle of silence. My partner finally said, if you're going to continue like this, we need to review this relationship, and left. Joe the Stoic was still acting as if nothing had happened. Unresponsiveness damages relationships. People want an emotional connection, not a wall. Detonation point. In this process of trying to be stoic, suppressing my emotions, remaining unresponsive and accepting everything made me completely exhausted after a while. For days, I forced myself not to feel anything, and finally I reached a point where I couldn't take it anymore. One day on my way to work, a bus driver made a wrong move and slammed on the brakes, spilling the coffee in my hand all over me. At that moment, everything I had been suppressing for weeks suddenly exploded. What are you doing? I yelled at the driver, and everyone on the bus was looking at me. Joe, who is normally known as a calm person, was suddenly out of control. At that moment, I realized that being a Stoic had not made me calmer. It had only made me an emotional bomb. Every repressed emotion is bound to come back one day. And when it comes, it explodes uncontrollably. I learned my lesson. At the end of a year of trying to be a Stoic, I realized how far I had drifted from life and how much I had damaged myself. Suppressing my emotions didn't make them disappear. It only dehumanized me. Being unresponsive made me miss the beauty of life. Accepting everything made me a powerless spectator. Now I know that being strong does not mean being emotionless. Real power lies in understanding your emotions, managing them, and expressing them when necessary. Laughing, getting angry, getting sad, and loving like human beings are the most important parts of connecting and finding meaning in life. Final word, don't try to be a Stoic statue. Be human, because life is beautiful by feeling and living. And remember, a laugh is much more impressive than a Stoic stance.
Thank you, Joe.